your normal host, Alex Stossel, friend of DMV Sports and grandpa from Floods the Sports Zone. And today, this is the NHL Free Agency Recap Frenzy. And Grant, how about this free agents going on today?
Oh boy, that was a wild one, especially on Thursday and Friday. Those were some pretty wild days when free agency got going, and really we had crazy signings up until the end of the weekend. It was a wild week for sure. Can't wait to give our opinions tonight. Oh yeah. Boy, it was a lot of fun. It was hard work, posting it, on all the social medias, am I right? But overall, it was worth it. We are ready for a good show tonight, to say the least.
Yeah, and we worked so hard posting for you guys on our social medias, Instagram and Twitter. Boy, all right, I guess we're going to start and say, if you guys like this, please hit the like button. I mean, greatly appreciates lots to us. That's going to make us do more podcast videos in the future. Let's start with a good season 2, and I think we need to do this with a banger.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I said off-season, we're starting a new season, and we're going to chug along and do that. So here we are, season 2, episode 1.
Okay, first topic.
Well, of course, we're getting to the free agency news. Don't worry. But we figured, you know what? It's the start of a new season. We're going to have a little fun in the first minute or so here. Oh, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, legendary, hold on, I even made a title for this. Legendary Philadelphia Eagles fan and YouTuber, EDP445, he has chosen the Toronto Maple Leafs as his favorite NHL team, which is weird because he's also a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and literally the Maple Leafs are the Eagles of the NHL. I can kind of see where he's going with this, since he likes heartbreaking finishes and, disappointment in the playoffs and such. Well, I know you don't watch this guy, Alex, but what do you think? He's teaming up with Steve Dangle now in Maple Leaf Nation. That would be crazy if they did a video together.
They have to. They have to. I swear to God that they have to do a video collab together. But when I saw the news, like when you put the face LMFAO.
And you want to know what, man? When I heard about that, I'm like, there's no way. I'm going to actually put one of the most, biggest sports YouTubers out there. But I'm like, there's no way I'm posting about this on my Instagram. But of course, a couple other sportscasters, including, we've had him on the show before, Sam Fetterman. He really wanted me to post it. I'm like, you know what? Let me go post this. Let me go start off, because we're going to be talking about all our free agent signs and stuff. So I figured out why not open up with something a little bit lighthearted. But all right. EDP is now a Maple Leaf fan, and that's interesting. But
hey, Leafs fans, I have a message for you. 1967.
Yeah, I wonder if he knows that. I wonder if he knows that they haven't won in half a century.
Yeah, true. And Maple Leafs best friends David Ayers as well. All right.
Oh, you gotta know David Ayers. That's part of the Maple Leafs dictionary right there.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's get to the big free agency. Mr. Alex Pietrangelo is going to the world of Elvis Presley, Vegas Golden Knights.
Oh boy, I gotta be honest with you. A lot of people were saying he was going to Vegas. I kind of sensed it as well. But if you're in Vegas now, it's Stanley Cup or bust. Last year, you lost to the Stars for the most part, I think a hard-fought series. I know the series only won 5 games, but for the most part, I felt like the Knights played pretty good, even in the games they lost. With a guy like Alex Pietrangelo, you got to win the Cup now. Remember, this guy, starting defenseman, first-line defenseman on the Blues championship team 2 years ago, you got to win now, especially when you locked up Robin Lehner to that contract. You still have the forward core at the perfect age to go on a deep playoff run. No messing around. It's cup or bust for Vegas, simply put, with this move.
Yeah, I gotta tell you what. Vegas were so close to win or go to the Stanley Cup. 2018 lost to this team right there.
Oh, boy.
2019, we do not need to go over that because that was a terrible call by Cody Eakin hit. 2020, Dennis Gurianov. Yeah, in 2020, Dennis Gurianov says, goodbye, Vegas. We're going to the cup final. And Zach Whitecloud touched his head like he felt bad about that penalty. 2021, Stanley Cup final time, boys. Pack your bags. I got to tell you that.
I mean, you know, whatever, you know, even if we have like a 60-game season, 82-game season or whatever, it's simply put, the Knights, they also got to run away with the West. I mean, really, who in that division can really give the Knights a run for their money? The Canucks? Maybe the Oilers? No. Vegas should win that division hands down. They should be at least top 2 seeds in the playoffs. Maybe not one. I think the Avalanche are going to be pretty good, so it wouldn't shock me if they're one. But Vegas should then at least be 2. There is no excuse if Vegas messes up this year. Even if there's a bad refereeing call like that was in 2019, I don't care. There is no excuses.
Yeah, no excuses. Like Vegas. I'm just gonna say this: they came up with a ton of excuses in the past. Like with Pietrangelo, no, you
can't do it. You know, first year you're like, oh my goodness, we're an expansion team. You know, this year or last year you could be like, oh no, that was a stupid penalty in Game 7, and of course this year you could be like, oh no, COVID, the bubble. But this year, especially if you have a regular playoff format, nope. Nope.
I don't think so. Okay, next we got Taylor Hall 2.
This one shocked me a lot.
2-716 Buffalo Sabres. $8 million for 1 year. Will Buffalo make the playoffs? That's why they want him.
They ain't making the playoffs. They ain't doing it because that defense is still pretty rough, and we have no idea what Elias Allmark or Carter Hutton are going to do next year. So I would say Sabres are not a playoff team. If they do, they'll literally be the last team. They'll probably get crunched by the Lightning or the Bruins in the first round. So, if Buffalo would you even want to make it in at that point? I'm sure they would. Of course, they haven't made the playoffs since 2011. At least they're finally building around Jack Eichel. I mean, at least they're not overpaying a guy like Jeff Skinner. At least they're not relying on a young guy like Victor Olofsson. Now they got the man with Jack Eichel. Now, the real question is, if Taylor Hall does decent this year and he stays healthy, do the Sabres re-sign him for a long-term deal?
I guess so.
I mean, I would. I mean, it would be more like a 3 or 4 year deal. It wouldn't really be, like a 6-7 year deal. Like, it wouldn't shock me if another team does. But, like, when I heard Taylor Hall's going for a 1 year deal, I was like, it's smart. And I'm honestly shocked team did it. I thought, I was getting like the 7-8 year contract. Like, I was getting that all ready to go. And then, like, oh, he signed a 1 year deal. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. And that's what they should do because he's only had really 2 or 3 good years since, leaving Edmonton. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next topic. On February 15th, 2020, the hat trick of the same series, Tyler Toffoli signs with the team right behind you.
I don't even know why I bought this back in like 2017. Go Bruins.
Yeah. Hey, Sam, can you make that Michael Mursky memes, please? All right, thank you. Yeah. Now Tyler Toffoli is a Montreal Canadian. And I can't speak any French.
I mean, 4 years, 17 mil. I need to write down Josh Anderson. We didn't write him down in our notes. We can go over that contract real briefly if you'd like. That contract is what you don't do. Unlike Tyler Toffoli, this is the deal you can't even pass up on. 4 years, 17 mil, and Montreal's playoff window has just opened. What could go wrong? This was a smart move. Now, if only they kept Max Domi, they'd be looking even better. And not to mention they re-signed Brandon Gallagher to a 6-year deal about an hour ago. So Montreal's doing stuff. It's good for them.
Yeah. Okay. I think Grant's going to say something.
Oh, no.
Blues signed a guy who made a hit without a helmet, Torrey Krug, 7 years to St. Louis.
Dude, Robert Thomas is shaking in his skates now. Like, he's like, yo, I got to get rammed by Krug in practice now. That's going to be fun, right? Boy, that 2019 finals, man. Fun but painful memories at the same time. And, boy, am I sad to see Torrey Krug leave Boston. But it makes sense. Bruins weren't going to re-sign him. They need to save up money for McAvoy and, potentially even get, like, another pretty good defenseman. So, they had to pretty much at this point get rid of Krug. And then once we knew Pietrangelo wasn't going to sign with the Blues, that kind of sensed that Torrey Krug wasn't going to go to St. Louis. Personally, I would have liked to see him go to Colorado to pretty much like ensure them pretty much right up there with Vegas for pretty much being the number 1 seed in the West. But no way Colorado was going to have the salary cap to do it. So I'm even shocked St. Louis pulled it off. I thought they wouldn't even have the cap. Yeah, I mean, it's a 7-year deal, $45.5 million. I don't know. A lot of Bruins fans have reached out to. That's saying this is too much, but honestly, Krug is just entering into his prime, and the Blues, they're right back in the cup window too. After coming up that humiliating loss to Vancouver this year, they could really, make a push for the cup as well after this signing. I wouldn't be shocked if the Blues do very well, and if Jordan Binnington has a bounce back here and all that. But congrats to Krug. He earns the paycheck, that is for sure. We'll see what he does. You got any opinions on this?
I was surprised that Krug went to St. Louis. I thought that Boston would re-sign him since they trade that garbage contract of David Backes, trade Dan Heinen. So you have a ton of cap space.
I wouldn't even trade away Krejci at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So you will have a ton of cap space, and then you can have someone in Providence. Well, I think Vakanainen will replace Krug possibly. So, or maybe Kevin Miller will come back. So I guess
that they re-signed Kevin Miller. I do know that, but he's not going to stay healthy for more than 20 games. I think that's place a bet on that one. Over under 20 games. I'm picking the under. Man's injury prone as heck.
Yeah. Next topic.
Your turn.
On my King Henrik is a Capital. 2021 Stanley Cup champions.
No, because Vegas gonna get the revenge on Washington. Early Stanley Cup prediction. Vegas gets the revenge on Washington.
Nope.
Way too early Stanley Cup prediction right there, ladies and gents.
King Henrik needs a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, Alec Martinez happened. You blew a shot at cup because Alec Martinez is clutch. The Kings won that in 2014. That's hype. But continue.
That's all. We're gonna win the Stanley Cup, boys.
On the Stanley Cup, man. I mean, him and Samsonov is going to be a great 1-2 punch.
And Samsonov will win the Vezina.
Yeah. Samsonov for the Vezina. Maybe.
All right. Maybe. Anyway, I think you said that you're going to share your screen about someone's thoughts that you said, or.
Yes. Actually, you want to do it up until – actually, yeah, we can do that now. So we were originally going to have TJ Chamberlain come on the show. He unfortunately couldn't make it at the last second, but he did give us his free agent, goaltender reactions. It's about 5 minutes. We'll definitely give our opinions and the rest of the goalies as well. But yes, he is also a Capitals fan to Alex's delay. And he seemed like he was pretty excited with Lundqvist going to Washington as well. Yeah, we're gonna watch this video real quickly. I already saw it, and I thought he made a lot of pretty good points. And again, we can definitely give our opinions on it as well. But yeah, this is TJ. Big shout out to him. Again, he couldn't make it on the show tonight, but he still offered us this video. And hope you guys enjoyed. He seems like an awesome dude. And yeah, TJ, I'd definitely love to have you on the show one day. And thanks so much for making the video.
Yeah.
There we go. Hopefully you guys can hear it all right.
I can't hear him.
Can't hear him? All right, let me try to bump up this volume here. Things at 100, so volume-wise. He does talk a little bit soft in the beginning. Maybe that's why. Can you hear him now?
No, I can't.
Okay.
No.
Dang it. I don't know what's up with that, unfortunately. Yeah.
We apologize for the difficulties, guys.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I'll try to do this for like another minute, but if I can't get it up, then I'll just pretty much tell you what he was, what he pretty much said. 'Cause he talked about talked about pretty much all the goalie stuff, and yeah, no, I'm not very tech savvy, unfortunately, but again, we'll try to get him on the show one of these days, and maybe he can talk about more of his opinions then before the season starts. But yeah, pretty much. Let's go down the list of what we're going to be talking about in a couple minutes. He was pretty much saying he was happy Henrik Lundqvist, signed with the Capitals. He really does think that Washington has a legit shot at the finals now because of that signing. He thought that it was very weird to see Braden Holtby in a Vancouver Canucks uniform, which, of course, that makes sense because,
yeah,
in Washington, it's going to be weird because I think that puts Vancouver right back on the map. He thought the Flames signing Jacob Markstrom, and I totally agree with him here. It was an overpayment, and it was a 6-year, $36 million for a guy who's only had 2 good years statistically.
I think.
Oh man, that one was a bit rough. And then he went on to say Corey Crawford to the Devils. He thought that was a pretty good signing for New Jersey. He thinks he and Mackenzie Black will do a nice job, splitting up time in goal. He thought, and this is interesting, for the Corey Schneider signing with the Islanders, he thought it was a bargain. $700,000. If Varlamov plays a little off, and Schneider goes back to that form anywhere close to what he did in Vancouver, this could potentially be a good move for sure. So I definitely agree with him on that. I want to say he talked about Thomas Rice as well and Cam Talbot. So yeah, he said that Thomas Rice, that was a pretty good move. With the Red Wings getting rid of Jimmy Howard, he thought that was a decent move. And then the Wild signed Cam Talbot. I think he thought it was a little bit on the expensive side, but overall he also thought that was a pretty good move.
Yeah.
Hopefully I didn't go by that so fast. But now we can resume our opinions on it. Yeah, I know you're a Capitals fan. What do you think of Holtby? Me, I think it's a good deal. 2 years, 8.6. Vancouver gets the goalie they need. They are in win-now mode right now. It makes sense. But what do you think, Mr. Capitals fan?
I would say like they should trade Demko because he's most likely he was most of a career backup. But the playoffs he went on fire. 0.66 goals against. So what you're saying is that you should re-sign Markstrom and then have Holtby 1A, 1B scenario and then you can like trade like Demko or waive him so that like Demko can sign with the Flames. That would be the best. That would be a scenario in my mind. But like, yeah, Holtby, I was surprised that he signed with Vancouver. I thought that he was going to a team that need help with goaltending wise, like Buffalo. To be because
Buffalo,
like Carl Hutton,
we were saying the Sabres for a while. Yeah, we were.
Yeah, because like Carl Hutton has just been a question mark. I would say like Florida if they trade Montembeault. Or maybe like
they have too much faith in Bobrovsky. I don't think the Panthers will want to pick up Holtby. They have way too much faith in Bobrovsky, although he wasn't that great this year. But
yeah, or maybe a team like Dallas if they traded Bishop because Kudelbin did the work at the Stanley Cup final.
And we'll talk about the Kudelbin signing in a little bit too. But
yeah,
no, it was interesting about Holtby. Me personally, at first I was thinking, oh, the Sabres. But then we were getting closer. I'm like, whoa, I think the Wild will go after him. The Wild did go after a goalie, but he ain't Brad Holtby. It's Cam Talbot. Yeah, that's quite a difference there, unfortunately. I mean, not that Cam Talbot's bad, but definitely would rather, have Holtby for 2 years for $8.6 million than Talbot for 3 years for $10 million. That's just my opinion, because overall I think Holtby just gives you more of a shot, in the playoffs and stuff like that. Talbot, he wasn't great with the Flames this year. I mean, he was good. He definitely, he should be a decent starter, but I don't know. My hopes, the Wild will remain like a wild card team if they're lucky, probably.
Yeah, maybe.
And then, of course, the Jacob Markstrom deal, 6 years, $36 million. Talk about money to burn, first off. And second off, you sign Markstrom to a 2-year, $7 million contract. That's what I would have tried to go after Markstrom. I have no idea why the Flames just decided to give a good chunk of their salary cap to a goalie who really, I remember when Jacob Markstrom was back in the Panthers back in 2012. And it's like, if a guy was pretty mediocre in 2012, and now he's just reaching his peak when he's in his early 30s, why would you give him a 6-year deal?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm overthinking it, but why would you give Jacob Markstrom a 6-year deal? That was one of the worst signings, in my opinion. I'll watch it, Pack Fighters and the Flames win the Cup next year. But for me, personally, if I was Calgary, I would try to gone after someone like Taylor Hall, for example, strengthen the top 6.
Yeah. So like Cam Talbot, I was surprised because I thought, like I said, I thought he's gonna resign with, not resign, go to a team like LA or Anaheim.
Or maybe.
Yeah, or maybe San Jose.
Yeah, well, that was until they got Devin Dubnyk thinking that was out. But.
Yeah. All right, next topic. Okay, I called this one. For those before free agency, I said there are rumors about Tyson Barrie going to blank. Edmonton Oilers. And you guys said that was false? Nope. I'm a master at stuff. But I'm surprised that it was a 1-year deal.
Yeah, I would have probably signed Barrie to at least a 2-year deal, at least, maybe even the 3. But 1 year, $3.75 million. This is another bargain, in my opinion. I mean, you cannot go wrong here. If he gets injured or he really struggles, whatever, just don't re-sign him. But if Edmonton, continues to be decent, they get a top 4 defenseman now. They make the playoffs again. With a way better defense than they did last year.
Yeah,
it could pay off. No, and this was a smart move. I'm kind of blanking where I thought Barrie would go. I honestly wouldn't have been shocked to be re-signed with the Maple Leafs, honestly. I can't exactly remember who I said was going to be. I'm pretty sure I might have said he was going to re-sign with the Maple Leafs, which also would make sense. But Edmonton, also, I felt like, they are like one really good defenseman away from, really making a playoff push as well. And Tyson Barrie, he's not the player he once was with, Colorado, but he's still overall. I know. He's not like the way it was with the Avalanche, but he's still a pretty productive defenseman. Like, he'll get you, let's say, in a full 82-game season, he'll probably get you at least like 35, 40 points. Can't really complain there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Next topic. Blue Jackets signed Mikko Koivu to a 1-year deal, and this was a no surprise 1-year deal because he is like a veteran-wise player, veteran-wise salary.
Yeah,
but I was
that's pretty smart.
I'm sorry, go. You can go ahead.
Oh no, you can go.
All right. I was surprised that he signed with Columbus because Columbus is a team that is most likely a bubble team. No, this is not about last year where they had Korpisalo and Merzlikins go crazy. This is about like changing stuff because they're not going to repeat what they did last year. They may change. Like Columbus finished 4th, which is a wild card spot. They may go to a bubble, be a bubble team who might barely make the playoffs, or miss a little point in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Columbus and if you're in the Atlantic, I'd say you're the 3rd seed.
Metropolitan.
Easy. Exactly. That's what I mean. If they were in the Atlantic, I'd be saying, oh, you're finishing just behind the Lightning and the Bruins. At this point, they're better than the Maple Leafs and the Panthers and stuff, so they should make the playoffs easy in the Atlantic. But when they're in the Metro, yeah, I know they got a good young team, but I don't know. They might sneak in by like a wild card spot. I mean, they might like nudge out a team by like a point or something. If I was Mikko Koivu, I personally would have signed somewhere like maybe Toronto. I mean, at this point, I know they re-signed Jason Spencer, but at this point, I'd rather have Mikko Koivu than Jason Spencer.
Yeah. For Mikko Koivu, I picked a team like Pittsburgh because
Pittsburgh would make sense too. Yeah,
because Patrick Marleau, why are you going back to San Jose?
We'll get to that.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry that was being off topic, but I just want to say my explanation. If Pittsburgh re-signs Patrick Marleau, guess what? You are a playoff contention. If you sign multiple veteran players who are not signed yet, Corey Perry, add him to the list. Who am I? I was about to say Yager, but he's in Europe.
Bring back Yager.
Yeah.
He's like 48 now. He ain't coming back.
Yeah. Corey Perry. I can't think of any names because I just do not want to waste time.
Solani, you gotta get him out of retirement,
Who?
Timu Solani. Gotta get him out of retirement, right? Yeah, I know, but the Penguins should pick up they should pick up another veteran. The fact that they couldn't get Koivu, they couldn't get Marleau, they might get Corey Perry.
Have Joe Thornton. Just realize
to go to Toronto, so I don't know about that.
Yeah,
unfortunately, that'll be a topic for next week if he signs.
Yeah. All right. Next topic, we have a trade to announce. Colorado trades Nikita Zadorov and unknown prospect to the Chicago Blackhawks for left-wing Brandon Saad and a unknown prospect.
The prospects are known. I was just too lazy to write down the actual prospects' names. I'm being honest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Chicago got a defenseman, and I think they were both defensemen.
Yeah, it was Zadorov and Anton Lindholm.
Yes,
to Chicago. And Brandon Saad and an unknown defenseman that I do not know who.
Okay, well, here's the thing. And this is going to be good for our next topic. And here's why I say Colorado wins this trade. Because the Blackhawks need a defenseman. They got Nikita Zadorov, who's solid. But Brandon Saad pretty much just ensures that this Avalanche offense, the front, let me put down my pencil here, the front two lines, they are going to be utterly unstoppable.
Yeah.
Like you have the first line with McKinnon, Landeskog, and Rantanen, and then you have the second line. Now you just have Brandon Saad, and and the already solid players that they have in their second line too. I don't know why I'm blanking on some of their names right now. But, they also have some, very good pieces already, and it's just pretty much ensuring that. All right, Vegas might have the best defense in the West, but Colorado has the best offense now. So,
yeah,
without a question. And, Frank Isadore, he'll be decent with the Blackhawks for sure.
Yeah, like Brandon Saad wasn't the player that he was when Chicago was winning Stanley Cups.
Right.
I think right now he's most likely your third line player.
Yeah, even second line, but yeah, the third line would also make sense for Saad at this point. But
yeah. All right, what would you like? What's our next topic if you want to point out?
Yeah, so and here's the other reason why I say Colorado wins that trade. Not only because, in my opinion, again, just a slight bit of a better player, but literally the following day, they just got Devin Toews from the Islanders.
That was a bad trade.
2 second-round picks? Islanders, what are you doing? 2 second-round picks for Devin Toews. And again, there you go. You just replace Zadorov. You're getting a younger Zadorov. And probably cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah.
You win. Colorado's just out here just making smart moves left and right. That's why I love that management. And they are just doing such a nice job. Colorado's pretty much in the same boat. Like, if Vegas doesn't win, it's got to be Colorado. Like, there's no excuses this time for them either. Yeah. You got the team to make it. You got to make it. And if you're the Islanders, I mean, the 2 second-round picks are nice. But you really got to give up Devin Toews for that. I don't think so. I could have traded a slight worse player for 2 second-round picks.
Yeah.
Or get like a third and a fourth, and you get rid of like Johnny Boychuk or something. You could have done something like that.
Yeah. All right, next topic. This is going to be your topic. Bruins signed Craig Smith to a 3-year, $9.3 million deal. So, what do you think about Craig Smith to Boston?
Smart, because they're going to put him on the same line with Corelli and Bajork, and he is going to be beautiful. I'm projecting at least 25 points for Craig Smith. If he doesn't get that, even in a shortened season, I'll be very disappointed. Full 82-game season, I'd say around 35 points I'd be more than happy with that. But I'd say in a shortened season, around 23, like 28 points, I'd be satisfied. I think this guy could easily score 15 goals if he's like on his A game. Like I say, he's pretty much going to be playing on the third line. Maybe even, maybe switch him to the wing. And I think he could do well with someone like Charlie Coyle as well. I think there's a lot of places in this Bruins lineup where you can really slot in Craig Smith, whether it be the second or third line. I think he'd really succeed either way. I think right now he's more of a third liner. I think you would agree too on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he could definitely, even improve up to a second liner, honestly, because, he's a very underrated player with the Predators for a long time, and I've always enjoyed his game style. And, the Bruins haven't done much, of course, outside of, losing Torrey Krug and re-signing Kevin Miller. They haven't done pretty much anything in free agency, but I was pretty satisfied with Craig Smith. I would have been a little bit bummed out if the Bruins didn't pick him up. It's only a 3-year, $9 million deal. Like I say, you're getting a pretty stable third liner for, another shot at, just trying to win a cup. I mean, he could certainly help out with that. Absolutely. I mean, based off his performances with Nashville in the playoffs, he seems like a guy who can perform well in the postseason. So, and that's what the Bruins need right now. They need solid mid-20-year-old players who have been to the playoffs already. I think that's what the Bruins got to focus on. And I don't know. I'd say if the Bruins pick up one more defenseman, they might be good to go. And I think a lot of people might be sleeping on him again next year. But, yeah, pretty good signing, Craig Smith. What do you think?
I thought it was Zach Smith, for example. Well, yeah, like Craig Smith is going to be like your bomb six player. Like you said, pair up with Corrali and whoever.
Andreas.
Yeah, so I think Craig Smith is going to be a good addition to that lineup.
Yeah, definitely. He'll definitely slot well. I think, like I said, I think third line's perfect spot for him. Like I said, if he averages, 25 points a year, it's just a success.
Yeah. And next, we're going to go with a dude who went crazy in the Stanley Cup playoffs last year. What a performance, and we did not know that this dude is ever going to go crazier than last year. Anton Kudelbin, 3 years, $10 million deal, and they signed center Radek Faska, I don't know, to a 5-year, $16.25 million deal. So let's start with Faska.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Radek Faksa is how you pronounce it.
Okay.
But no, I mean, he's a good player. He's still young. I believe his rookie year was, 2016? And, he's producing very well.
I think it's 2015, 16.
2015, I think it was 15, 16, or 14, but whatever. But he's still pretty young. He's only been in the league for like 5 years. And this 5-year contract definitely makes sense, especially after the playoffs he had. It definitely makes sense that, you want to re-sign a, pretty young player to a pretty expendable contract. I mean, yeah, sure, he's getting paid quite a bit, but, this isn't breaking the bank by any means. I feel like, a team in the win now mode like this, I know he's going to, he might even sign a little bit less because it was with the Stars. I think if, another team was to offer him an even bigger contract, like $1 million or $2 million more, I think he honestly would have stayed with Dallas because, like I said, I think he just fits well in that system. The only way, I mean, $16 million is pretty much right around, it's not an overpayment, it's not an underpayment, it's just right there. Fair contract. You got the next 5 years. Stars should definitely be making the playoffs, or at least for the next 5 years at least, right? So it can only be a good signing from here. Hopefully he doesn't fizzle out because he is a pretty underrated player, and I think definitely was well deserved with that new contract.
Yes, and let's go with the man, the myth, the legend, Anton Kudelbin.
Yeah, well, he had that playoff run. And
no surprise.
He had that contract. He deserved it.
Yeah, that's it. No surprise. That's it.
3 years, 10 mil. I don't know what they do with Bishop now, but even if they keep Bishop, got fantastic 1-2 punch. Kudelbin has officially passed Selak for best backup in the league.
Yeah.
Brings a tear to my eye because he was pretty good on the Bruins too, but whatever.
Yeah. All right. Avalanche re-signed defenseman Ryan Graves to 3-year, $9.45 million per year. That is a good contract.
That's just like Radek Faksa. It's not an overpayment, it's not underpayment. It's just boom, right in the money. It is a fantastic contract. Ryan Graves, you pair him up with newly acquired Devin Taves as your second line defenders. I think both of those men could be averaging about 5 points a year or so, honestly, because those two, Taves and Graves, they are assist machines. Honestly, it wouldn't shock me if they do gel together. Again, 3 years, again, one of the younger defensemen in the league for not even $10 million. Nothing to complain about here. Colorado's just getting another cornerstone that they need for a deep playoff run, so no complaints from me here.
Yeah. Ryan Graves is your top 3 defensemen on the team.
Oh, yeah.
Cal McCarr, Sam Girard, Ryan Graves.
And probably Taves would be 4th now.
Who?
Taves,
yeah, I guess. Ian Cole.
Yeah.
And someone in the minors.
Pretty much.
All right. We have another trade to talk about. Nate Schmidt from the Vegas Golden Knights is going to play some Green Day holiday to the Vancouver Canucks.
Green Day, first ever concert. Random fact about me. Anyway, Good move, Vancouver. How did you fleece him this bad? Schmidt is a very good defenseman. And you got a third-round pick, not from 2021, but 2022. Unless Nate Schmidt suffers like a career-ending injury, you won this trade by default. Schmidt's going to produce at least 25 points, maybe even 30 if you put him on the first line. I'd imagine Alexander Endler will probably retire, probably next year. So you're pretty much getting the replacement, you're just pretty much getting a younger Alexander Edler, in my opinion, and a more, less physical, more, speed type of player.
Yeah.
So, smart move there. I mean, how could you not pass up that trade?
Yeah. Next topic that we did not point out, but I just want to say, Troy Stetcher signs with the Detroit Red Wings.
Mm.
So, what are your thoughts about Stetcher to Detroit?
They got the defenseman they need. They got him up for 4 years. I think 4 years Detroit could, make a case for becoming a playoff team again. He's still pretty young. He's in his mid-20s. He was very good. He's 26. Yeah, exactly. He's pretty much his mid-20s. He was a very, very good asset for Vancouver. Personally, I think Vancouver would rather have Nate Schmidt over Troy Stetcher, and I think the Red Wings would rather have Troy Stetcher than pretty much any other defenseman on their roster right now. So, yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good signing, or pretty good signing. They're not even paying him that much, so
yeah,
paying him perfect amount. I can't complain there. Troy Stetcher's a pretty good defenseman.
All right, and now let's go back to Patrick Marleau. He's not winning the Stanley Cup there.
Yeah. Patrick Marleau, I get it. You want to retire with the Sharks. I understand what you're doing. I love the passioncy. I love the passionateness from him. But especially if Joe Thornton signs elsewhere, no. I mean, you don't belong in a Sharks uniform if Joe Thornton ain't there. Not to mention, Pavelski and all of them. They're already gone.
Yeah.
This makes no sense. Marleau, I get what he's doing, but you're trying to go out as a champion. You're telling me the Avalanche couldn't have signed him on the fourth line or something?
Why Patrick Marleau? He needs to go to Colorado. And this needs to be a Ray Bork fashion. Are you kidding me? Sign Thornton to Colorado. And then Marleau. And then Koivu. And guess what? You're a Stanley Cup champions.
Yeah, well, I mean, they could do that. I mean, I hope since, the Sharks are projected to be horrific, so I'm hoping by the deadline they're just like, hey, you want to go back to Pittsburgh? Or, hey, you want to go to this contender? Hey, you want to go to the Flyers? You want to go to the Bruins? You want to try and win a cup? That's what they should be doing. Because let's be real. I know a lot of Shark fans are going to be unhappy with us right now. And again, I get why Marleau's signing back with San Jose, but you just don't do it when you work your entire career. You're a future Hall of Famer. What better way to go out there winning a cup? I get the passionate, I get it, but not good financial decisions.
Yeah. And one thing that I'm surprised about, Panthers signed defenseman Radko Gudas. I was shocked. I thought they was going to a team like Toronto. Toronto was the front runner since COVID started.
Yeah, well, Toronto. I was thinking he was going to go to the Maple Leafs too, or the Sabres, or someone like that. But no, I guess they're a different Atlantic team. And honestly, Florida, they need defensemen. Obviously Keith Yandle's, old. Aaron Ekblad's great, but really, the rest of the defense is kind of on the miss side. I mean, and plus now we're hearing that Mackenzie Weegar's on the trading block. Who knows what's going on with that? A 3-year, $7.5 million deal. Again, just like the majority of these contracts. It wasn't a lot of overpayments this year, which is good. Just another very good contract. 3 years, $7.5 million. It's a perfect contract. Radko Gudas, he's a veteran. He has playoff exposure. He knows, how to pretty much manage the second line of that D-core. He is the perfect fit for Florida. And Florida's also been making a lot of moves. I know they signed Alexander Wennberg as well. I think that could be a perfect signing. for the third line, especially if looks like Dadanoff might not come back. But I think Alexander Wenberg is a pretty good signing, and also Rako Gudas definitely can't complain about this one either. Pretty good signing there. Again, 3 years, $7.5 million.
Yeah. All right, last topic for the day. Kyle Turris to the oil country. I think this is a good contract in my mind. It's a hit or miss. I thought he's going to a team like Columbus.
It would definitely make sense for him to go to Columbus, but I ultimately went with Mikko Koivu. I think that's just simply because, Turris was signed a day before Koivu. But, it's a 2-year, $3.3 million deal. This is again, just like, the guy just got bought off from Nashville. We know he can perform well if, you put him in the right system. Why not sign to Edmonton? He'd be a great, second, third liner for us. He'll probably average at least 25 points in a season, and hey, he'll be good. I think Kyle Turris will do good. He'll definitely have a bounce back here for sure. I think he will fit more in the Oilers system than he did in Nashville's.
Yeah. All right, that's going to wrap up for topics. And instead of trivia, I think for players who did not sign, we're going to bring back to the classic. Will he re-sign to this or not?
Yes, that is a great idea.
All right, let me pull that. Let me pull it up. We're only doing unrestricted free agents. All right, let me pull it up. Almost there. And there we go. All right, let's start with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. I do not know his he's unrestricted free agent, and I do not know his last salary. So we do not know. He's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He's a center at 27 years of age. Will he re-sign with Edmonton, yes or no?
They probably should re-sign him. I'd imagine they'll also manage to, get the salary cap too as well. So, Edmonton, they'd be missing a pretty key piece on their second line if the Nuge wasn't to re-sign, right? So I definitely say they re-sign Nugent-Hopkins.
Yeah, I think Ryan Nugent-Hopkins should re-sign with Edmonton as I would say like around $4.5 million per year, second line worthy.
Yeah, exactly. I'd probably say like a 4.5 on average, 2, 3, max 4-year deal. Time until's early 30s. There you go. Pretty good contract.
Yeah. All right, center Mikael Granlund. He's a center at 28 years of age. Will he re-sign with Nashville? Yes or no?
I heard he was trying the free agent market, so I'm gonna say no. I think he could re-sign he could sign with Toronto or Florida.
Yeah, I'm thinking with that. Yeah. I think he should go to a team like Toronto, Edmonton, or Calgary.
Hopefully, if he goes to the Maple Leafs, maybe EDP will buy his jersey.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right. Next one, we're gonna go with Mike Hoffman. Left wing for the Florida Panthers. He's 30 years old. Will he re-sign with Florida? Yes or no?
Again, I think Florida has the salary cap to bring him back. They should bring him back. The thing is, Florida, they're a playoff team, but they're not a cup contending team. And I think that's what might, have Hoffman, kind of stray away from Florida a little bit. I think he wants a bit of a bigger market. I think he wants, a better shot at cup. And that's why, if they had the salary cap to do it, Mike Hoffman will sign with the New York Rangers.
Yeah. For Mike Hoffman, I was about to say sign with San Jose. I'm just kidding. I think he's gonna go
trade the Sharks. Then he caused some drama, and then they trade him 2 weeks later or something.
No, like 2 hours.
Oh, 2 hours? That quick? Good Lord.
But yeah. Anyway, in all seriousness, I think he's good. gonna go to a team like Columbus or Pittsburgh for like a 3 or 4 year deal.
Pittsburgh would make sense.
Yeah. We're gonna go with another center, Alex Galchenyuk from the Minnesota Wild. He's 26 years of age. Will he re-sign with Minnesota?
If he does, it's going to be for a 2-year deal.
Yeah,
pretty much. I mean,
yeah,
he's pretty good, but
he was not the player that everyone wants him to be because
and he's still pretty good. It's just he's not like coming out of Montreal good. Like people were expecting this guy to make like a couple All-Star games, and safe to say he hasn't met expectations in that sense. But overall, he's still a pretty decent player.
Yeah. All right, we'll do one more, and then we can do trivia. Right. Carolina Hurricanes defenseman Sami Vatanen. He's 29 years of age. Will he re-sign with Carolina?
Now that Trevor Van Riemsdyk's on Washington, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes because Carolina, they still, they have such a good defense. Why would they want to break it up? I think Sami Vatanen into a 2-year, 3-year deal. I think that would be good if they have a salary cap, which they should. Yeah, I think I'd be cool with him, re-signing with Carolina. He's a pretty good defenseman, so that'd be good.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this is a shocking one. I'm gonna say that he's gonna go to a team like St. Louis or Anaheim if Drysdale passed training camp and preseason.
And it's funny you mentioned Anaheim. We missed a huge free agency signing who went to the Ducks. I don't know how we missed Kevin Shattenkirk, but we missed Kevin Shattenkirk. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we got to talk about that. Kevin Shattenkirk, pretty much the, third, fourth best defenseman on the market. I guess we could kind of talk about, instead of just doing – we could talk about a couple other signings we didn't really, get to mention. Because there actually is still quite a few we didn't get to talk about. But, yeah, they did sign Kevin Shattenkirk, the Ducks, to a 3-year, $11.7 million deal. I mean, that's smart. I mean, Anaheim, they're not really a playoff, contender right now, but they still get a decent defenseman. I think he could, do wonders with Cam Fowler. So I got no complaints.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's a good help for Anaheim because you want to boost that defense group. Like Hampus Lindholm coming in. Hampus Lindholm, Josh Manson, Christian Juice about to be an NHL steal from a seventh rounder, and I was mad that they traded him from Washington. Mm-hmm. #trade Nick Jensen. Drafted Jamie Drysdale, which was a big boost. Kevin Shattenkirk, and if you add Sami Vatanen, guess what? You're now in the bubble.
Yeah, if the Ducks do what they need to do, and like John Gibson played like 2017 John Gibson, the Ducks might the hair on their chin might make the playoffs next year. Really seems unlikely. I think they're going to have to do, another year or two. But, hey, but might as well have Ryan Getzlaf, go out on a high note. Maybe re-sign Corey Perry. The Magic's back.
Yeah. All right, I guess it's time for trivia since we got everything out of the way, I believe. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Trivia. All right. Here's a good one. Okay. Let's see. Before the Land Thrashers were the Winnipeg Jets, they made the playoffs in 2007 or 2008.
It was 2007.
Yeah. How many games did it took in round 1?
The Rangers swept the Thrashers. Yep, they swept them 4 games.
4-0.
Well, at least the Jets have won a couple playoff series, so I guess that kind of makes up for it.
Okay. All right. Ask me a question.
All right. I'm going to kind of stick with, players. I'm going to try to, come up with a few players who we were talking about today. And so last year, Corey Schneider had how many wins with the Devils?
I'm going to say like 14.
14? He played in 13 games. He had a 3-6-2 record and got pulled in a couple games. Corey Schneider is, he was in the AHL for most of last year.
Okay. All right, next question. Oh, my God.
Hey, man, you learn something new every day.
Okie dokie. All right. Thomas Grice. Hey, gonna be next. Chris Osgood. Just kidding. Maybe.
I doubt it. Maybe.
Okay. And in all seriousness, okay. So Thomas Grice started his career with the San Jose Sharks. What was his rookie year?
09-10?
Nope. 2007-08.
Okay. I thought it was early 2010s. Oh, geez.
Well, he only played 3 games, but in full time was 09-10. But I'll give you that point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but obviously, 07-08 would then be his rookie year, whatever. So, all right. Well, like I said, we might as well stick with guys who just got signed. I'm going to do Jacob Markstrom now. How many career shutouts does he have?
Hey, Siri.
No, just take a guess.
How many shutouts does Jacob Markstrom have in his career?
I don't seem to have saves for Jacob Markstrom.
All right, goodbye. You're fired. All right, I'm gonna say 17 shutouts.
Way lower. Way lower. Way lower. Calgary is, remember, 6-year, $36 million deal for a guy who, first off, didn't even get a shutout since 16-17. And he's been playing in the league since 10-11. He has 5 whopping career shutouts. 5. He had 2 in 17-18, 1 in 18-19, and 2 last year. How did this man make the All-Star game? I have no idea. He has a losing record, too. Calgary, what are you doing?
Okay, all right, here we go. All right, our good old friend Neil Yakupal. Why am I bringing him up?
Oh, God.
What overall was he selected in 2020? Just kidding.
First?
Yes, all right. Now, that was a joke. That was a joke. What was its plus minus in his career?
Plus minus in Yakupal's career. Ooh, geez. I'm going to say minus 24.
Higher.
Is it in the minus 40s?
No, minus 89. Okay, let me explain this. In his rookie year, he had minus 4.
Okay, that's not bad.
Okay, get this on his second season. Minus 33.
I mean, I know he was on the line. I know he was on the ice for like 40 minutes a game, but geez.
Okay, okay. Third season, minus 35.
Oh, dear.
Fourth season, which was even better, minus 16.
Oh, even minus 16 is atrocious, but that's
okay.
Miles ahead of the minus 30s. Good Lord.
And his fifth season, when he was in St. Louis, minus 3. Okay, we'll give him
that. That's respectable.
And his last year, before he was a massive bust, plus 2.
Improving.
But No problem. He went to the KHL. Okay.
Wow.
Anyway, the good thing is that we reached about an hour right now. So
I want to do one last one. You did three.
Yeah,
You did three.
Yeah.
All right. In 2018-19, Tyson Berry set his career high in points with how many?
I think it's in the 30s.
Oof, 30s is a down year from me. At 39 last year.
Yeah, well, I was about to say 39.
That was last year. That was the stats last year, but that was career high. 18-19 last year with Colorado. 14 goals, 45 assists, of course, equals to 59 points. There you go.
Okay. All right. That's nice. That's nice. All right. That's going to wrap up our first episode of season 2 of the Powerskateshow podcast series. We want to thank everyone who went insane on season 1, watched all the way from our inaugural episode to the NHL draft, and now episode 1, free agency. Let's see what season 3 is going to be in the near future. So with that, if you guys like this video, please hit the like button. That greatly appreciates a lot to us. That's going to make us do more podcast videos in the future. Check us out on our social media, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok might be a downfall. But anyway, you guys know the drill.
Gotta follow the social medias.
Yeah. Anyway, check out Grant on Instagram, Floods the Sports Zone on Twitter, Floods the Sports Zone. You guys know the drill, and check him out on the Blake the Snake World's page.
You got to. You got daily comparisons now for the next 5 days.
All right, cool. All right, that's gonna wrap up. Tell all your friends, please get on your phones, take a screenshot of Grant with a Canadians hat right behind him.
Well, I got the entire episode, so
yeah,
put that back up.
Yeah, tell everyone and send it to Sam Fetterman so that he can make a meme on Grant. Grant's getting a meme in 5 seconds.
Give me the 5 seconds. Yeah, it won't be the first time, won't be the last time.
Okay. All right, Grant, you can do your.
God, I am prepared to get hurt. Whatever that line was.
All right, Grant, take it away.
All right. Hope you guys enjoyed another edition of the Powerskate Show. Yeah, it was a fun one. Yep, again, season 2 underway now. Going to be wicked exciting. Glad we were able to recap pretty much the majority of the free agents. I mean, we're still going to talk about Paul Stastny, Bobby Ryan. There's still a whole lot of players we didn't get to. I mean, it was nuts, all right? We did our best to fill in like our usual hour show, and we hope you guys enjoyed it again. Unfortunately, TJ couldn't come on, but again, I was kind of talking about what he was saying in his video.